everybody, to the
I'm Fat Podcast.
Snacks are best saved for later.
With Jay Zawoski.
That man ate all our shrimp and 2 plastic lobsters.
And Rick Camp.
Out of the mist came a beast more stomach than man.
Welcome into another edition of the I'm Fat Podcast, brought to you by our sponsors, Charlie the Bacon Guy, Mazda of Orland Park, Fredo's Culinary Kitchen, and Nick and Ivy Brewing. I am Rick Camp, alongside fellow Fat Jay Zawoski. We are live, as always, now on YouTube, Facebook.
Indeed.
Awesome. So I know what's going on. And it's been a very busy week for the two of us, so we have plenty to get to today.
We do have plenty to get to today. Before we do, make sure you're following us on all of our social media. I'm Fat Pod, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, Twitter. That's everything, I believe. Sure. We also have our I'm Fat Podcast fan page on Facebook, and we've got our merch shop, I'mFatMerch.com. If you're on our YouTube page, there's a link to our store right in there. That's very easy. Or just go to I'mFatMerch.com, shop around. That is powered by TeePublic. So anytime you have a need or a want at TeePublic, use our link, shop around. Even if you don't buy our stuff, buy any stuff, and we get a little bit of a kickback when you do that, which we would appreciate. So, yeah, a lot to get to today. Make sure if you're watching us on YouTube, you hit the like button for us and subscribe to the page. It's youtube.com/I'mFatPodcast if you want to check us out. We encourage you to. A lot of people have jumped on. I know the reels and shorts and the things we've been making have been helping a lot. So we'll keep that stuff coming. But yeah, now that I've learned how to edit video, it's kind of fun. I'm actually kind of enjoying it.
Dude, I'm getting there because I've been editing Steve's podcast, and I had my big project that was more than just like, because like with any sort of production, as long as you have a template, it makes things fairly easy.
Yeah.
Or at least like fairly idiot proof. I made a blooper reel from a holiday episode that Steve did with Shannon, and it was tough. Although it was much more applicable to like making an open in radio, because like I went through the episode and marked times of, okay, this is something I could use, and cut all of it, and then like trimmed each clip, and then decided what to put in and got it down to like a little over 2 minutes, and which I know for an open would be way too long, but for something like that is totally fine. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so it was it turned out better than I thought it would have, just based on my very remedial like video editing skills.
Yeah, I'm using CapCut. I know you use Premiere, right?
Yeah.
To do it. So I basically, because what I have to do is like take the source video, which is what you're seeing now on YouTube. So I basically copy and paste it so they're at the same time, and then I make a Rick side and a J side, so we're on top of each other, so to speak. Figuratively, not literally.
Right.
And I can just edit and it's once you get going on it, it's kind of fun and enjoyable. Have you noticed though, like if you stop and then come back to it, you come back and you're like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah. I definitely did that at least at the very beginning, for sure.
Yes.
With that, it was so frustrating. And now, but at least what's nice is there's YouTube videos on everything. Hey, I want to do X. How do I do X? Okay, let me mess it up a couple times. Like, let me download a copy of this, mess that one up, and then when I know what I'm doing, I can do it on the final.
Exactly. Yeah, I just wish. So the one we were using, which is like AI powered, it's like Opus.
Yeah,
will actually like shift the video for you, which is nice. But then it only selects what it wants to select. So sometimes the stuff I want is not there, and it's kind of no one cares about this stuff. Anyway, the reason we're recording on Saturday night is, well, it's Winter Classic week for me. And as you know, Rick may know this about me. I'm a little bit of a control freak.
You
a little bit. So, and not that I like get mad. I just I don't like not being in control of what's going to happen for things that I'm in charge of.
Yes.
So I'm very much at the mercy this week of the Cubs and the NHL and everything. So I'm very, very stressed out. But this leads me to our first topic of the show.
Okay.
I have a fat guy dilemma.
Ooh.
And it's also a bit of a hockey guy dilemma.
Okay. I can
So
half of that.
there you go. So the opportunity exists for media Monday night to skate on the ice at Wrigley.
Oh.
So I can skate a little.
Okay.
I'm not like a giraffe on ice. Like I can
Right.
get around. I haven't skated in probably a year.
Okay.
The first few steps might be a little janky, but then once I get going, I'm fine. I won't fall, that sort of thing.
Okay. So you don't need to like ride the rail or anything.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Because I took those lessons. Was it pre-COVID? I don't remember when that was, but I was actually okay.
Right.
The only thing I couldn't do was go backwards because I think I'm too fat.
Okay.
Anyway, but I was getting around, fine. But it's been a year, maybe 2 years since I've skated. So I have that concern. Also, I cover a hockey team.
Mm-hmm.
Can I criticize a hockey team and then go on the ice and be like falling all over the place? Right? I know you can't hit a 3 and you're not going to do this on your way back to this. Like,
well,
I get it.
I'm more of the ice in the veins. I'm going that.
Okay. And the other thing is fat guy on ice in public with cameras rolling either on me directly or not means very high potential for an internet meme for the rest of eternity. I envision myself as the next grape stomping lady.
Mm-hmm.
The lady who falls off the platform.
Okay. The thing is, though, and mind you, I have no idea, so I am firmly speaking out of the arse. But is Mark Lazarus gonna be like skating around, like he's Charlie Conway or something?
I think the only one. So I know Tracy Myers can skate.
And that's nothing against Mark. I just arbitrarily picked a person that's around the team a fair amount.
It's a good example because he actually started the conversation via text today. Like,
nice.
Oh, are we doing this? So Tracy Myers can do it. Mario Tirabassi, who I do CHGO Blackhawks with, actually plays hockey every week.
Oh,
so he is like, he's like a hockey player. He knows what he's doing. The other issue is I don't think they're supplying skates. So I'd have to go buy skates. I think I might just watch.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm covering it. I'm going to be there. I'm not going to go. And for me to buy shoes, we've talked about our shoe buying odysseys before.
Yeah. And I can only assume skates are even worse because there's no give to the skates.
No, there's no give at all. Again, if they were doing rentals, okay, sure, I can zip around. But
if there were rentals, then I would say absolutely do it. But if you have to buy skates and you may skate once every other year, it's not great.
Am I overvaluing the doing it in or around hockey players I cover?
I don't think any of them will see it.
But does that reduce credibility if the people
it shouldn't. It absolutely should not.
Can Marv Albert dunk?
No.
Can Marv Albert dribble? Well, is he dead?
Marv
Albert died. Did I just kill Marv Albert? Oh God.
You might have.
I thought he died.
Might bite back on.
No, he's still alive. He's 80.
Yeah.
He's 83.
Of course he is. Right. Marv's gonna.
I think I'm just going to not, because here's what you know me also is I'll just be in my head all day.
Yeah.
And then I just won't do it anyway.
See, I would. If the reason I would say don't bother is only because of the buying the skate aspect of it.
Okay.
If there were rentals, if you knew for sure there were rentals and there'd be ones that would fit you, I would say do it. Because I think it's BS to like the people that'll say you can only criticize a sport if you've played the sport at a high level, I think are dumb, because some of the dumbest analysts out there are the ones that, and mind you, it doesn't hurt them as a player. They were obviously very, very good, but still, you don't have to have played a sport to cover it well or understand it. Now, there are little intricacies that you need to talk to players about, because there's just some things you'll never understand, and that's okay. But yeah.
Everyone's telling me to do it. Sam is saying in here saying to do it. Charlie's in here saying to do it. I'll tell you this, Charlie the Bacon Guy. If you have a pair of men's 10.5 skates that are somewhat wide, maybe I can find a way to get them by Monday. I don't think so, but I don't know.
Mhm.
I'm going to talk myself out of it. I know I'm going to anyway. And you're right though. I should. I agree with you that I should.
Oh, look at the comments.
Well, Charlie says he does have a pair of 10.5 skates that are wide.
Game on.
All right. Well, I got to see if I can arrange that.
We're hoping so bad he didn't.
I know.
I'm telling you, do it. If I had the opportunity, I know this is different because it's just different and not as extreme. But if I was given the opportunity to, like, I think the Bulls do have like a media game every year.
Yeah.
With a lot of the beat people. And you'd have people like Tony Gill go out there who, like actually played varsity ball and stuff like that. But even I would go out there and play. So I know it's different because it's basketball and it's running versus skating, but still, if this is the case and the skates fit, I would say do it.
All right. Well, Charlie's saying they'll have to be laced, which he has. And they have to be sharpened. I don't think I'm gonna have time between now and Monday to get that done because
you don't know the Blackhawks equipment guy well enough to just be like, hey,
I'm constantly in his way.
Yeah.
They have in the middle of now they've taken the logo off the floor. They have
God.
They did. They have the bin in the middle of the locker room where all guys hang all their jerseys, and then there's the skate, like there's a little cart, the cart that has all the skate blades on it.
Yeah.
And I'm always trying to stay out of the way of the players.
Yep.
And inevitably I'm in the way of everything else, including the equipment manager stuff. So I don't think so. We'll see.
Okay.
If it's meant to be, it will be. There will be skates there. If the opportunity is there for me to rent skates, I'll do it. Or if someone can get them to me somehow, fine. But I don't know. I'm going to be nervous all the time. But I'm sure if I do it, I will do it, and it will be fine, and I won't fall.
Right.
And I won't look like an idiot because I'll just be thinking about it too much.
Yes.
And I won't allow myself those things.
Right.
All right. Sorry. Thank you, everyone, for your advice. I asked for advice, and I'm not taking it. That's how I work because I already knew what I was going to do, but I just want to talk about it.
Oh, all right. So my first thing, I know we actually have like Christmas and all that stuff to get to too.
We got a crap ton of stuff to get to.
Yeah, we do. We have a lot. But I'll do my non-food related thing too.
Okay.
And this is something that I should have done last week, and I'm mad that I didn't. But we'll do it now. I had an incident. It's not even an incident. Just like here's the scenario at my work.
Okay.
There's like our building. What we have for work is like 2 units in an office park that have an adjoining room.
Okay.
So the room that I am in, it's essentially like you walk in the door and there's like a big open area. So when we have monthly meetings or in this case trainings, they're in that area. And then against a wall is Brett's office and then my office. So generally all the time our doors are open, whatever. So there were trainings in there a couple weeks ago. And the problem is I got a nice office chair. A little bit of an issue is it's tough to find one that's like where the weight limit is my weight. So I found one where the weight limit is 300 pounds.
Okay.
But the thing is, if I am moving too much in one direction or the other, the chair's going to groan a little bit. So when they're trying to do trainings and focus on things and have discussions, I can't exactly be doing my normal thing of like, because my normal setup is like my office computer is directly in front of me. And then if I turn to my side,
that makes sense
because it's an L desk, that's where my laptop would be.
Okay.
Where I definitely work on work-related things on my laptop.
Many spreadsheets and such.
Yes. So usually when I'm just like kind of buzzing back and forth, there'll be like a sound here and there, and it can be kind of loud and whatever. Well, when they're doing trainings and stuff, I had to, before I gave up and just decided to close my door the entire time, I was trying to sit so still. like do my stuff at my computer, whatever. And then, but if I needed to like turn to go to my other computer, I would be like,
So what groans is the area that spins you?
yeah, it's like the base of the chair, or not the base, but like
So where the hydraulics meet
exactly.
the rollers.
At least that's what I assume. Let's
okay,
put it
well
that
couldn't
way.
you just like WD-40 it?
Dude, this thing's pretty new. I got it like a couple months after me working there. It's less than a year old, or about a year old.
All right, well how loud of a groan are we talking about?
Not enough to where it would fully stop their conversation or anything, but like, and I'm sure it's worse in my head
Of course.
than it is to anybody else, but like enough to where someone would probably turn and look. Like someone, and it's a bunch of people that are never in there except for monthly meetings, but I'm never in my office during the monthly meeting. I'm in the main area with everybody else.
Yeah.
So the chair is not sat in, thus the chair is silent as opposed to this time.
Okay.
So I was just like so concerned about like, just don't move. No, it's more the don't shift your weight. Like, don't shift your weight until you can like lean forward and like put that weight on the desk.
All right, I'm sure it's not that bad. I'm sure it's not as bad as you're leading on. Matt says it is as loud as a civil defense siren.
But that's just like a fat guy thing to think about, that you have to worry about that on a chair with a 300-pound limit.
I think you should try WD-40 and see if it helps.
Okay.
It can't hurt.
Sure. True.
You know, I mean, even if it lessens it by 30%.
Right. My problem is like I'm a leaner, like on my arm, like when I'm at my desk and I'm looking at stuff, I'm doing this. So like if I'm doing that on an arm of a chair, like even if I was a fair amount less weight wise, it'd probably still make a sound at some point. But
oh man.
Yeah.
That's tough. I love this one. This is like one of these you see it's like mesh, like the mesh office chair.
Dude, that's what mine is.
Yeah, I like this a lot.
Like good old boy. I didn't feel maybe not never, but it was a moment of realizing I'm old when I was like, oh, the lumbar support here.
Yes, that's necessary.
Yeah.
Well, I told the story too of like when I wanted this office to be like nice.
Yeah.
I got like a nice, it wasn't leather, it was leather from Walmart. I'm like, oh, it looks really nice, like wood with like black leather. I did one show from there and just sweat my ass off.
Oh, dude.
And I literally took it back to Walmart. I just wheeled it in. I'm like, I don't have the receipt. Can I return it? So like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Like, how much was it? I go, here it is online. Great. They just handed me money. Nice. I literally took the chair all assembled, no box, no receipt, wheeled into Walmart, and they're like, yeah, sure. Here's your money back. And I got this one at Costco. I love this one.
Yeah.
I would take this with me everywhere I go. Yeah, try WD-40 and then report back, because I think it will help at least enough to make you feel less self-conscious about it.
That's fair. And at least, hey, I got through this, and these types of trainings don't happen very often. So I survived. No one even like mentioned something to me on the side. I didn't get any side eye from anybody, but I was taking extra precautions.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not as bad as you think it is. I'm certain it's not. Hey, we should take a break because we've already done 20 minutes of this show. And we've only gotten 2 topics down.
Oh my god!
Speaking of being brief,
yeah, we were
not gonna. This is gonna be a long one.
Before the show, we were like, yeah, we got a lot we want to get to. Let's try and buzz through it a little bit. And nope.
Yeah, over under 90 minutes. I think we're going over today. We got a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for being with us. We appreciate it. Again, if you're just getting here, do us a favor and hit that like button on YouTube. And make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube page, youtube.com/I'mFatPodcast. That's if you're watching us live. If not, go subscribe. And if you're listening on the old school podcast, we love you too. You've been here since the beginning. Make sure you are following or subscribed on your favorite app and leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. But we want to tell you about our friends at Fredo's Culinary Kitchen, 628 South Roselle Road. And boy, every day I log on to our Instagram just to check, see if we get any messages or whatever. And Fredo's is posted some new video of some new food item there that is just insane. It never ends. They've been doing a lot with Chef Mike, the guy who used to cook for McDonald's. Now he's like a social media influencer in the food world, and he's he's trying all their stuff and promoting all their stuff. I'm telling you, we're telling you, Fredo's is great. If you've not been out there, make a point of it. Don't trust us. Go to Fredo's Pizza on Instagram and look at everything they're showing you and understand you're going in for a food experience, a culinary food experience at Fredo's. Again, 628 South Roselle Road, Fredo'sPizza.com is your website. Place your online order, use the code I'm Fat, and you'll save 10%. Get those big cheese sticks, the I'm Fat burger, the I'm Fat grilled cheese, the I'm Fat pizza, or whatever you like, because everything there is going to be amazing. That's a promise. Fredo'sPizza.com.
Mhm.
All right, I had a so let's do some holiday stuff while it's still fresh in mind. You know, our common friend Brian,
Yes,
hit me up the other day. Here's the text he sent me. It says, I'll zoom in on that. It says, are you home? And it's a picture from our neighborhood Facebook page of a woman whose father works for Little Debbie, and she had a case of Little Debbie Christmas trees on her porch.
oh my God.
Basically just telling the community, come and get them. If you want them, they're here. Come and get them. He sent it to me after it had been up for 3 minutes. As soon as I got the text, I got in the car. I was leaving anyway, for the record. In the car, head there, get there in 3-4 minutes, gone.
No.
So I have to do the
Is the
walk
box still there?
Yes. So I'm like,
Okay.
is this the house? And I see a big box on the stoop, and it's like a ranch, and like their big window is right by the door.
Yeah.
And I walk up, and I'm like, box is empty. I walk away. Another lady pulls up who would be a fan of the podcast.
Yes.
She like, you know, she's giving it the look.
Mhm.
I rolled down my window. I'm like, they're all gone. Oh man, I was gonna come and get some. She you know, starts to drive away. Another car comes. She relays the message to that car. Within the course of 8 minutes, they're all gone.
Wow.
And 3 more cars had come by to say they're gone. I was very upset. And the only way to fix this problem was to go buy some, which I did.
Nice.
And I'm going to say this. Have you had any this year?
No.
They're smaller. They're not as big as they used to be. And back me up if you're watching on YouTube in the chat. If you had a Little Debbie Christmas tree this year, what were they? I would say they're a good 15% smaller than usual.
Wow.
Yeah. It's like someone took the little drag bar and went whoop and just shrunk them down a little bit.
That's like some Star Crunch stuff. Remember when they did that to Star Crunch a couple of years ago?
Yeah. I'm telling you, man. It's shameful. It's called shrinkflation.
Yeah.
Charging you the same for less product. And I had never thought Little Debbie would do that to us.
Yeah. Well,
so I had to.
Right.
Well, they're smaller, you know.
Untrustworthy people.
I will say, though, they're as good as ever.
Okay.
They didn't like, you know, a lot of like snack, like we've talked about Twinkies before and how they've changed the recipe. They're not quite as delectable as they used to be.
Yeah.
The Little Debbie's trees are still amazing, but there's definitely smaller. So, yeah.
So just as effective.
Yeah.
Smaller.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Definitely got the job. I still have, I bought 2 boxes.
Yeah.
So I still have a little bar, a little bit. I just read the word bar from our buddy named Dave Miska, who said Nutty Bar for life. Nutty bars are great too. Rick will not believe you. But I still have a box left. So
nice.
I think I'm the only one eating them, which is fine with me. It's
Right.
a bit surprising.
Yeah.
So that was my first of a couple Christmas disappointments and the least severe of them.
Yeah.
The others I will not mention on the show.
Fair.
Yeah.
So we did what's now a tradition of Christmas Eve where my family and Sam's family gets together for dinner at Shannon and Steve's house, which has instantly become my favorite thing about Christmas. I was writing down the items that were like available. So it was much more of like, here's a bunch of little stuff, grab what you want and put it on your plate for dinner.
Yeah.
Which was awesome. So I asked Sam, I'm like, I feel like I'm missing 1 or 2 things. I got a full text of what was there. I'm just letting the corrections department get me before I say it.
Good thinking. Yes.
All right, so I'll run down the things that were available at Christmas Eve, and I will note some of my favorites along the way.
All right, fair enough.
There were steak bites, which, I mean, come on. Yes.
2-packed.
Yes. Steak bites, mac and cheese, a sausage hors d'oeuvre, which was basically a very good version of shit on a shingle.
Okay.
It was spicy sausage, ground beef, and Velveeta on party rye.
Ooh.
Oh, dude.
Hell yeah.
It was so good.
Yeah. That sounds
so
great.
Good. Yes. That was like later when it was just the four of us. Some of the stuff got brought back out, and I told myself, I'm like, yeah, I'm probably not going to have any more. There were like 4 more of those sitting there, and they were all gone.
Well, you don't want to waste them.
Right.
That's a sin.
Then there was a cheese version of that, which was cheddar, mustard, mayo, and onion on the party rye. Yeah.
Next.
Barbecue meatballs, typical chili sauce and grape jelly sauce that everyone does. Caramelized onion and goat cheese on filet dough, shrimp. There were bacon wrapped chestnuts.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That sounds good. I never had that before.
Yeah, that was good. Like, obviously, like, that's not necessarily my thing, but I mean, I'm still going to have one at least, and they're good. Sam made deviled eggs. So
Never had them.
I don't do them just because I don't like egg that much.
People love them. It's a texture thing for me.
Yeah, and they get devoured. Like,
yeah.
Like people love them. A layered salad, okay, with sour cream / sugar dressing and the mayo vinegar dressing and onion, celery, parm, and bacon.
That's a salad,
I guess.
I mean, as salads go, you could do worse.
Yeah, and I don't know why, but they sing "Happy Birthday" to Jesus.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, so there's the Happy Birthday Jesus cake is angel food cake with vanilla pudding and whipped cream frosting.
It's an excuse to get a cake, but
yeah, exactly.
I'll accept it.
Or Sam just makes the cake, but it's very, very good.
All right.
I had a couple slices of that. So that was like all the things that we had on Christmas Eve, along with like drinks. And Steve is fantastic at making drinks. So
yes, he is. I can vouch for that.
Yes,
he's very
wonderful.
Good.
So like that was Shannon fair with that little stuff. Yeah.
Rick, apparently, according to Rick's soon-to-be sister-in-law, if he doesn't blow it by March, says little stuff is Rick's lingo for hors d'oeuvres.
Yep. Listen, they can.
Isn't that the direct translation? Isn't that what hors d'oeuvres translates to little stuff?
It should be if it isn't. Because, like, let's be honest, they're much more civilized people than me.
Oh, well, that's a given.
Yeah. So, like,
they're some of the most civilized people I know.
Right. Like,
I saw
so much.
Is it Shannon and Steve's anniversary today?
It is.
I saw their wedding pictures. I'm like, wow, thanks for the invite. They didn't know me then, but it's fine. Looked very fancy.
Mm-hmm.
Looked like a place I would be dressed uncomfortably.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
But yes. And then the Christmas Day stuff. So we slept over at Shannon and Steve's and watched the girls open presents in the morning, which was cool.
You take a shower there?
Did take a shower there, yes.
Interesting. Pretty good, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I've now showered in 2 of the bathrooms there.
All right.
So
nice.
From different times of staying over there. Yes, high quality showers. And then went over to Sam's parents' place, had like just a brunch. There were like 3 versions of quiche. There were cinnamon rolls, bacon sausage, turkey bacon, whatever for, Sam, I guess.
Okay.
And hash browns. And I had a screwdriver. There were Bloody Marys. There were mimosas. So work was done.
It sounds amazing.
It absolutely was. And yeah, so that was like the majority of the like family time eating that happened. There were a lot of gifts exchanged and like fun times had. So
nice.
Without rambling too much, that was a lot of the food highlights of Christmas Eve, Christmas Day.
We do. I've talked about this party before, but Christmas Eve we go to Hope's in-laws. Or no, my in-laws, Hope's parents. By the way, do you call your future in-laws by their first name?
Okay, so I'll admit something. This
Tangent.
is okay. Yeah, sidebar. With my ex, I realized after a while, I never actually called either of them by their first name.
Yeah.
Even when referencing them, when talking to other people, I just never did.
I can't.
And
my mother-in-law yells at me, "Call me Kathy." I'm like, I can't. It feels
I think I do with Sam's parents. Like when I'm talking about them with people, I use their first name. So
I say Hope's parents.
That's funny.
I just don't call them anything.
Yeah, well, that's what I did before.
Yeah.
And I guess I don't technically know. I don't like check myself enough, but I feel like I've called Sam's parents, like I've called them to them, like called them out by their first name. I don't know.
I did it once to get Mrs. Lyon's attention because she always yells at me when I don't. So I said her Kathy, and she's like, she was all excited to hear me say her name, but never happening again. Anyway, sorry about that sidebar.
No, it's perfect because I was so like it was something that once I realized it, I was like, oh, I just never have.
It's almost too late now for me. It's been like 21 years, 23 years. Jesus, me and Hope been together a long time.
Yeah,
it's almost too late at this point.
Right.
Burp. Okay, so anyway, Christmas Eve, traditional Slovakian dinner.
Okay.
So it's no meat. It's fish and pierogies and mashed potatoes. It's called, oh my God, kapusnica. Ooh, that came to me out of nowhere. So it's mashed potatoes with onion in it, like grilled onion in it.
Okay.
It might be sauerkraut if the corrections department is yelling at her phone right now. I actually probably is sauerkraut. Whatever it is, it tastes good in the potatoes. And then it's like a mushroom gravy.
Okay.
So I don't put a ton of that in there, a little bit for moisture. And then Hope's brother smokes a salmon. Dude, I ate like half of the salmon. I think I ate.
Nice.
It was amazing. But like, then my sister-in-law made lo mein. It's just kind of like a mix and match. I already bring some, but the one rule is no chicken, beef, pork.
Sure.
Whatever. So keep the tradition going.
Sure.
But it's always a great time. Then there's just more desserts than you can possibly imagine. Hope's grandma makes her traditional apple strudel, which she's been making. I mean, she's 102. She's making it for a long time. And then her gift this year to the grandchildren was their own cloth to make their own apple strudel the way she does.
Oh,
so it was very cool, among other things, but that was like the nice sentimental gift.
Sure.
And every year since I've known Grandma Cookie, again, she is now 102. She starts crying. It's my last Christmas. She's been doing it for 23 years.
Do you guys have like a pool of some kind going?
Oh, there's no pool needed. It's happening. Like she says it every year. And every year people are saying, okay, you're going to say this again next year, Grandma. Of course. But it's just so cool to I like.
Oh no, I'm thinking more morbid. Like, do you guys have like specific dates?
No, I don't. No, I don't even talk about that juju. Hell no. But no, it's cool. Like when you join a family, be it 20 some years ago or recent for you.
Yeah.
Like just being like folded into their traditions. I love that. That's my favorite part of Christmas is just traditions. Every year, the tree trimming party at my Aunt Joe's, Christmas Eve at my in-laws, Christmas Day with my parents. However, that has morphed over the years. I love Christmas. I do. I'm very much like that. I'm the Christmas guy. Christmas movies, Christmas music, bring it on. And I'm glad that it has come down to like Addie has done that too. We actually, what day was it? It was before Christmas. We left. Hope and I went to lunch or something, but I had to run back in the house. And Addie had started wrapping presents, and she had like after we left, turned on Christmas music. And was like dressed in like she was very much in the spirit, which I love. For a 14-year-old in high school to have still romance about Christmas is very cool, and I hope she keeps that. So yeah, it was cool.
Do you want to be mad at Sam?
Sure.
She has not seen It's a Wonderful Life and has no intention to.
How old is Sam?
32.
Okay. It's time.
Mm-hmm.
I will admit I was in my probably mid to late 20s before I saw it.
Okay.
But it is my favorite movie, period.
Mm-hmm.
Not favorite Christmas movie, not favorite whatever. It is my one of ones in terms of movies. I love it. It holds up. It is still as valid now as it was then.
Yeah.
The story is not aged. It's actually very pertinent to
Yes.
today, like very much so. So
Mm-hmm.
I will say, if you have, this is for everybody. If you have the opportunity,
Mm-hmm.
every year the Music Box Theater on Southport shows it on the screen. They've got a guy comes out and plays the old-fashioned organ before the show. Santa comes and throws candy canes at the crowd, and then people interact with the movie. They boo, they hiss, they ring bells when Clarence is on the screen. It's like a whole interactive thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that was my first, like, it's probably been on in the background at whatever.
Sure.
But in terms of like immersing myself in the movie, that was the first time I did it, and it's a tradition I haven't been able to do because of the Blackhawks schedule.
Yeah.
But it's something that I love, and Addie actually got to do it this year with her friends.
That's cool.
So at least she got to do it, and Hope and I we watched it last night. So
Nice.
it is my all-time favorite movie.
Yeah.
I love it.
Sam, I made Sam watch another Christmas movie, not this year, but last year, Die Hard. And
Same idea.
Yeah. And she was even like, this might be a little too old for me.
Oh, come on.
I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it's a little dated in terms of like the look of it.
Sure.
But when you're seeing It's a Wonderful Life, like it's an old, like it's like Wizard of Oz. Like I can't watch this. It's old.
Right.
It's a classic. It's different.
Yes.
I think that, and I see Steven here is also saying he hasn't seen it. I would suggest that next year you guys all go to the Music Box Theater and see It's a Wonderful Life, and it'll become a new tradition for you guys because it's amazing. They also do White Christmas. Sometimes they do like a double feature of those two.
Okay.
So you can do both. That's a long ass day though, because they're both like at least 2.5 hours long. And you can choose one and not both. Like you can just leave. So highly recommend that experience for everybody in and around Chicago.
Okay.
Hey, by the way, Mark Fishman, our graphic designer,
hey.
I'm fatmerch.com. He's in here, and it's his birthday. So happy birthday to Mark. Thanks for all the great designs that he always does. Tons of new stuff on fatmerch.com if you've not checked it out yet. So go for it.
Yes. All right. I have one.
This is gonna be a 3-hour podcast,
dude. I know it's just ridiculous. Okay, so I actually have one thing that's technically still from Christmas.
Okay.
Christmas night. So one thing that I know is important to you and like is important to like Sam and I as well is like having a little bit of time to ourselves on Christmas night.
100%.
So, so we ended up getting home in time where like we needed to figure out dinner. And we didn't think it had enough to actually have stuff at home to make. So we actually did not go Chinese food.
Oh.
Tried out a new Mexican spot that was open.
Okay.
Called Taqueria Los Two Brothers, which is at 2011 Irving Park Road in Hanover Park. And very good Mexican food. Like, I don't know that there's anything earth-shattering about it except the size of the burrito. Which
that's a huge bitch.
That is a like normal sized serving, to go container. And that thing, like when I picked it up off the porch because we got it delivered, and just like there's 2 of those in there because Sam and I each have one, and I'm just like, oh wow.
Did we order a bowling ball by mistake?
Seriously. Or no, Sam picked them up off there and she like plopped them on the table, and there's like an audible thud. And it's just like, oh my god.
And am I seeing is it like slathered in the verde salsa?
Yeah, it's a burrito suizo.
Oh hell
that one is mine. I got a steak burrito suizo that has it looks like a little bit of the verde, a little bit like you just got a little bit of everything on there, dude. Just the flavor, not just the flavor of all the stuff around the meat.
Yeah,
the flavor of the meat itself is so good. and legit flavorful. One thing I think that some, and maybe it's just like average to below average Mexican food places, is they know there's so much flavor in everything around the meat that they don't necessarily worry about the flavor of the meat itself. But this place, they care about that. And I thought it was very good. Like we complain sometimes. There's a lot of one note around us. Like we have a lot of good Mexican food spots. Like if we could trade one in for a really good pasta joint or something else, that'd be cool. But this is just another like really solid Mexican option by us.
All right, so that
in that area.
Yeah, Taqueria Los Two Brothers, 2011 Irving Park Road in Hanover Park. That was good. All right, well, speaking of one-note places, Homewood's a little guilty of that too, but we got a new pizza place that opened very recently, like 2 weeks ago. Dozeli's. There's also one that's been in Chicago Heights forever, but the one in Homewood just opened, 18042 South Halstead, right by the Herald's and the Jimmy John's. It's in like that same plaza. That's a pretty good plaza. So Hope and I had read the reviews and people love the deep dish. So we got the deep dish. That's the 10-inch. So it was just me and her eating it. So that's the small deep dish. Nice. This was very, very good. I couldn't quite place, the sauce was very familiar. It was a sweeter sauce, but it had a good amount of like oregano and Parmesan in it. So it wasn't just like, sometimes deep dish especially can have sauce that's too sweet.
Sure.
And it kind of overpowers everything. This is really good. The crust was crunchy. Like it wasn't real like soggy or soft at all. It had a good crunch to it. Like when I rolled the pizza cutter through it, I had to kind of like push down to cut to burst through, and the dough like kind of cracked a little bit where I cut it. But it was really, really good. We also got the mozzarella sticks, which I mean, it's hard to mess up mozzarella sticks.
Sure.
But these were really phenomenal, really crunchy, really good. The 10-inch deep dish was like $17.95. Like that's a pretty decent deal.
Yeah.
And what Hope told me, she didn't know this, but she went in there to pick it up because she was out at the store anyway. And they sell by the slice. If you want to get slices, they've got subs in there too. So it's a place I'm going to check out a couple times here. But I was really impressed, especially for a place that I know they have another location.
Sure.
But for a place to be less than 2-3 weeks open to deliver so well,
is
really good. So that's Dozeli's, Dozelis, 18042 South Halstead and Homewood. I was really impressed with it. It was very, very good.
I'm not going to lie. I was half expecting it to be Doughzel.
Oh, Dozeli's. Yeah. I kept calling it Dolezals.
Oh, okay.
Because of Rachel Dolezal, my problematic crush. Every now and again, Micah, who does a lot of our video stuff, I will just text him a photo of a problematic woman. Also on my problematic crush list.
That's great.
But yeah, Rachel Dolezal. Does everyone know who Rachel Dolezal is? Do you know the name? This is the woman who pretended she was black.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, she kind of looks like Amy Poehler with curly hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I mean, it's problematic, but you know, who's the Kristen Cinema is the other one who's like the Democrat who's actually a Republican.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, I mean,
yeah,
I don't really agree with her politically, but
you don't have to.
Would.
Yes.
So yeah, anyway.
And after you would, when she
yes,
tries to speak politics with you, you would just have a couple burnout and get out of there.
Yes,
in your Mazda
I would peel away as soon as the conversation began.
Peel away is what I was going for.
In my Mazda, either my CX-5 or my CX-30, both of them from Mazda of Orland Park, 8910 West 159th Street. Love those vehicles. I will be a customer of theirs for life because not only are the cars great, the service is incredible, the transparency, just the way they operate, good stuff. I love that place, and I know you will too. I would endorse a place that I didn't believe in, so check it out, Mazda of OrlandPark.com. Again, 8910 West 159th Street. Go in there, set up a test drive, ask for our buddy Eric Vates. Let them know that you heard about them from us. That would be helpful. And, say hi. And what I like about there too is if you're looking, but you don't want someone like pestering you the entire time.
Yeah.
They're very good about that. Like, you walk in, they ask if you need help, say, nope, just looking. Cool. If you need me, I'm right here. My name's so-and-so. Come and grab me when you're ready, and I'll help you with whatever you need. I love that, because there's been a lot of car lots I've gone on to where it's like, where did you come from? Were you under the car?
Right.
Like, leave me alone. Let me just look around a little bit. Let me get my freaking bearings before I ask questions.
Right.
Not a problem at Mazda Warland Park.
All right.
45 minutes.
45 minutes for our second read. I've still got like 2 or 3 more things to.
I got a bunch more things. It's all right.
Okay.
We got time. No one's
go,
going
you
anywhere. All right. So, small Cheval. I have still not been to all Cheval proper.
Okay.
Because I can either go to small Cheval and eat right away, or I can go to all Cheval and wait in line for 2 hours for basically the same thing with just a different bun.
Nope.
I'm happy with the bun at small Cheval. So this week I wasn't sure what I wanted to eat. And I was just kind of, like, you do that, like, you just drive and like maybe something will grab me.
Yeah.
I hit Lake Street. I'm like, it's small Cheval. So go there. That one is the one, like I said, on Lake Street, address 1352 Lake. It's Lake and Ada right there, that intersection right under the L. But this week I tried their fried chicken sandwich, which I'd never had before, because I almost always go burger.
Yeah.
Almost always. Well, always until today. So here is the small Cheval chicken sandwich.
Yeah, buddy.
Big, thick, beautifully breaded, crispy, hot, amazing chicken sandwich. So take like the best of a Chick-fil-A, like that little bit of spice in the batter, like the best Chick-fil-A you've ever had. Like, let's say they took it right out of the fryer and handed it to you out of the fryer, perfectly fresh, and then multiply it by 10. It was incredible. I loved it. Here's a look after I took the first bite. You can see the thickness of that patty.
Yeah.
It comes with pickles and like a Dijonnaise, if you're into those things.
What is that? Probably about 4 C's?
Oh, yeah. That's a 4C thick for sure. It was phenomenal. I could not believe how good it was. And I had like decently high expectations, because I do think, like, for the money and for the bang for the buck, like, the small Cheval, all Cheval burger is excellent. Like, for all the hype it gets, it actually lives up to the hype. This was outstanding. And like, everyone I was telling about it said, oh, I didn't even know they had that there. They do. They also have tenders, and they have fried. I know. Just talking about it. They have tenders and fried chicken too. So those will be on the soon to review list. But I was blown away by how good it was. I would say in the conversation for best chicken sandwich I've ever had.
Wow.
Yeah, like it was. I mean, and it's not fast food,
right?
But it was tremendous. Like I have been thinking about it a lot since I had it, and like, when can I get that again? I would like to have that again, please. That would be enjoyable. So it'll be soon. That's very close to the office, which is good. And it's not like, for a place as popular as small / Au Cheval, the prices are not crazy. I think that was like chicken sandwich, fries, and I got 2 Diet Cokes because I just have cans.
Okay.
It was like $17.
Not bad.
Meanwhile, we went to Chipotle and we each got a bowl and chips and guac and sodas, and it was like $32.
Yeah.
Like, like the value is better at like places like that. I'd rather pay, a few extra bucks per item for the quality upgrade. Yeah, of course. So again, small Cheval is 1352 West Lake and Ada, right there. And I think that's Fulton Market is technically the area. I don't know if it's too far west to be considered Fulton Market, but it's right there.
Yeah.
So get it. It's good. You should go next time you're in the city. I know you're coming to the city soon too, right? You're going tomorrow?
Yeah. Sam and I have a date night tomorrow. So I will have a full report next week.
Are you not revealing the spot?
No, let's leave it.
All right.
Let's leave it. There's two different spots. The one that I told you is actually the drink spot after the fact.
Okay.
After dinner.
I'm just warning you about that place. Like plan for a ride.
Yeah.
Plan on an Uber. Or
Okay.
give yourself some time to,
Chill
pace
out.
yourself. Pace yourself is what I'll say.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I'm excited for that because obviously we know, like, I just within reason, like, of this statement, I don't mean overall. I just mean like in my everyday life, I don't have a lot of reason / time to get to the city.
No, of course.
So
It's a pain in the ass. I would never go if I didn't work in the city.
yeah,
Yeah.
it just, and it's unfortunate because there's so many things I know I would love that I just have not had because.
Well, we still got to make a plan. We got to go to,
Mhm.
Brazilian Steakhouse. That's got to happen
Yes.
soon. Once the winter, like on my calendar, it's like the Winter Classic, and everything after that might as well not even exist.
Yeah.
I just need to get through it.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited, but it's just like blocked.
Yeah. Let me
Like,
get through
survive in
vacation.
advance.
Because
Yeah.
that's it for me. Is like there's vacation, which is so I'll be here for next week's episode, but I won't be here for the one after because I'll be in Curacao. So that'll be cool.
That's awesome.
But and then after that, there's like that window of time between that and the wedding that there will be that will be a good window.
It'll get there quickly too.
Yeah, dude, I know.
Before you know it.
I know. Like the invitations got finished. They're not going out until after the new year, but invitations are done and ready to go. So it's definitely feeling more real.
It's going to be March before you know it, dude.
Oh, I know.
That's all right. I'm very much looking forward to this.
Yes.
I think I'm going to get drunk at your wedding. What do you think about that?
You should.
I might.
You absolutely should. There's going to be shuttles to take everybody back to the hotel.
Good.
Because now
is Matt Abatacola invited?
No, I do. I have.
He got
not
me
talked
hammered
to
at Rachel Staub's wedding.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
I love Maddie. I just haven't talked to him in forever.
I love the guy too, but just that guy is a bad dude to be around at a wedding.
Yeah, the man can drink.
Yes, he can. Okay. Anyway,
there.
Yes.
Okay, so going back in time before Christmas, Sam and I were just like, we just needed some food, and we're like, okay, where can we go? Just while we were out, and a place that I think I'm pretty sure I've mentioned before, Caliendo's in Winfield. Yeah, it's like, if you want to call it downtown, if there is such a thing as a downtown Winfield, it's like right there where it's essentially Central DuPage Hospital, which is giant.
Yes.
And then like across that, basically between that and the train tracks.
I did an event there.
Really?
That's why that rings a bell. Yes, I did
remember.
An event there for
I remember doing a tavern tour once there, so that does make sense.
Yes,
I think it's like it looks a little better now than it did then.
I was there with some random Blackhawk.
Random Blackhawk.
Yes. Look, everyone, it's Auntie Ronta.
Okay, cool.
Could have been him. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So the address is 0 South 050 Winfield Road in Winfield. Essentially, go to Central DuPage Hospital. Then, like across the street, there is a strip mall that has a couple bars and restaurants in it, and it's in there.
Okay.
It's actually right by the old Gnarly Knots location. So it's like, it's walking distance even for me. I could walk there in like 2-3 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Even for you.
Right. So Sam and I, we were in the bar area because now that I think they've bought up more of the real estate there. So like they have a special like to go area. So anyone who like does to go is a separate door to enter, which I think cleans a lot of things up for them. We just went to the bar area and we got their onion blossom, just like it sounded good. It's one of those things that every once in a while you see it on a menu and you're like, hell yes.
Yes, we're
doing this
100%.
And it was awesome. Like it had the like nice version of whatever sauce Outback gives you with Awesome Blossom, like the actual real version of that. They had that, and it was great. And then what I had was absolutely, like, Sam had chicken cutlets, which in their spaghetti looked incredible. She said they were very, very good. Like, just a lot of stuff, like Italian, obviously, with the name Caliendo's that you'd expect. I got the spicy beef panini,
which oddly enough is your stripper name.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, no, I'm not going to say that. Okay. So in that is Italian beef, hot giardiniera, mozzarella, and that is a grilled Italian flatbread.
Yeah, I can hear that crunch.
Oh, dude, the crunch was so good.
Yeah.
And there's like the right amount of giardiniera in there where it was like, for me, I would almost as much rather just have like the juice in there than the actual pepper.
Oh, interesting.
Because I want the flavor, but there was enough of them sprinkled in to where they weren't overpowering and taking over everything, that like the balance was perfect. The amount of heat was great. The crunch was fantastic. Like, having that in panini form, dude, it was so good.
Yeah.
Like,
it looks awesome.
I think adding that little crunch to what a beef already is kind of a game changer. So to have that and then the tots, like, dude, it was absolutely fantastic. And then even with, like, you can tell that beef is not like super dry or anything. The integrity of the panini of the bread held up. Yeah. It was absolutely wonderful. So highly recommend Caliendo. It's just like anything I've had there is just really good. Like, there's a lot of stuff on the menu that it's like stuff you would expect that you would want at an Italian place, and they've got it and they do it really well. And this was one that was just like, they put a little bit of a twist on something and it's fantastic.
I like the way that beef is cut too. It's not too, like, I was wondering how thick it was. So I went back to the photo to see how thick the meat was. Mm-hmm. They made the right choice and slicing it real thin, it looked like, in that.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, that looked good. And was it like how is I'm like, I kind of want this. Yeah. How wet was it? Was it like, or did it come with something to dip in?
It did not come with anything to dip in. I would say, yeah, I'm sure probably because they're leaning into the crunch that you're getting with it. So why would you want to have too much of a dip where it could where it would ruin that? But it was not dry at all. So like the meat was properly, like, I would say, probably like a light dip.
Okay.
If I'm trying to equate it, like, they might have spooned a little bit over it, but not too much. Sorry?
When you took a bite, did it drip?
Just barely.
That's ideal. I think for that sandwich, that's like the ideal way to make it.
Mm-hmm.
Good job, Caliendo's.
Yes.
You're as good at sandwiches as you are at impressions. Way to go. All right. Before we get to a couple final things, I want to remind you about our friends at Nick and Ivy Brewing, 1026 South State Street in Lockport. NickIvyBrewing.com is their website, but everything you need to know is on their Facebook page. Yesterday, their new beer release, I'd smash that. It's the Smash Pale Ale. It stands for single malt and single hop. The malt in this series is their house-based malt, 2-row. They don't pull a ton of flavor from the malt, and the result of that is the hops really get the shine. The hop in this edition is Sintra. It looks really good, really cool can, like kind of a Incredible Hulk inspired look. So go check that out at Nick and Ivy Brewing. They're going to be open on New Year's Eve from 11 to 1 if you want to go ring in the new year at Nick and Ivy, and then New Year's Day open from 11 to 9. So go party however you prefer at Nick and Ivy, but it's a great place. Live music all the time. They got pinball machines in there, and unlike a lot of craft breweries, not a lot of judgmental D-bags in there. Cool people hang out in there. People you want to party with, people you want to hang out with, you want to spend time with and talk with. Love that place. Nick and Ivy is outstanding. So go check them out. 1026 South State Street in beautiful downtown Lockport. Rick, I texted you today because I found some things that made me think of you. Skittles Pop'd. I got the
That looks
sour
good.
and the original. All this is freeze-dried candy. And what Skittles said was, hey, everyone is freeze-drying Skittles and selling it as their own stuff. We might as well just do it. So
Yes.
they did. And it's real good. Have you had freeze-dried candy yet?
I think there was a stretch we had a couple of years
tried it
ago.
a lot,
maybe.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's a look. If you've never had freeze-dried candy, it's freeze-dried. And then it kind of like bursts and the sugar pops out. And it becomes almost like a... not quite like a Lucky Charms marshmallow. Like a little more sugary than that, but kind of a similar like soft crunch.
Mm-hmm.
I love freeze-dried candy.
Yeah.
And these are great. Like Skittles are the perfect candy to freeze dry.
Yes, they really are.
It just bursts with flavor.
Right. Like Skittles to being freeze dried is like Charleston Chew to just being frozen.
Yeah.
They're perfect.
So here's and what I like about this too is you're getting these like the clusters.
Yeah.
They kind of freeze dry together. I'm trying the sours for the first time.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Oh man. That's like
Yeah.
cotton candy. It's
Nice.
so good.
Where did you get them?
Target.
Really?
Yep. Ooh, those are sour. Ooh.
Oh yeah. Do you think the freeze drying like emphasizes the sour?
I don't know, but I think so.
Interesting.
Because it definitely makes the Skittles original
Mm-hmm.
burst with more flavor. So yeah,
Hmm.
I think it makes these significantly more sour.
That's awesome. I will be getting those. Ooh.
I'm making the sour face, but I love them. They're good.
Yeah.
I just need my mouth to stop watering because I need to talk.
Yeah, that's fair. That's almost like that face was almost like the people who wanted when we were younger to say, "Oh yeah, I totally like Warheads. They're really not that sour." It's like this isn't a swinging dick moment here, all right? Like you're just calm down. Warheads are not good.
No, these are actually good.
Yeah.
But they are quite. I also confession time.
Mhm.
I got a grilled cheese from Freddy's again today, and I ate it too quickly and I burnt the roof of my mouth.
Nice.
So everything is a little more sensitive today.
Mm-hmm.
So I have like, not only is it super sour,
Yeah.
it's also very crunchy and jaggedy on a burnt mouth. So
Yeah, that's fair.
yeah.
I can understand that.
Dumb Fat Mistakes, starring Jay Zawoski, episode 6 million.
Yes. If
I know.
you,
Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to get into my last thing
Do it.
my last bigger thing that I have. I have one big thing left, one small thing left. Make all the jokes you need. If you don't have diabetes but would like diabetes, boy, do I have a recommendation for you.
I've got something for you.
Because today, Sam and I joined Shannon, Steve, and the girls to go to JoJo's Shake Bar. And this was in Naperville
God.
on 5 Jackson Avenue. So if you think Washington Street, which kind of like runs across the edge of downtown Naperville, it's that side street, like right by where Barnes and Noble was, like not the main intersection there, but the side street. Dude, that shake that I had. So if you're watching on the YouTubes or Facebook, I had the shake on the right. And that one, as I pull up the menu, was the chocolate Nirvana. Now, mind you, I got it with vanilla ice cream instead of chocolate.
Good
So
move.
mine was a vanilla Oreo shake, double chocolate donut hole, which they actually, cool thing they did. I didn't ask for this, but they did it anyway because I asked for the vanilla shake. They also went with a non-chocolate donut hole. And then double chocolate marshmallow and a chocolate chip cookie.
And I don't want to presume, but that is a large chocolate chip cookie.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It is. I'm trying to equate it size-wise. Maybe
That's like the Mrs. Fields, like when you buy the one big one, right?
Yeah, give or take. Yeah, I was going to say like maybe the size of a Potbelly cookie, actually a little bit bigger than a Potbelly cookie.
Okay.
So around there. Then on mine, the like chocolate, the regular chocolate with the white was the marshmallow that was chocolate covered. And then the white chocolate with the like milk chocolate was the donut.
My God.
Yeah. And then the side was like that little heavier cream that makes everything stick with Oreo pieces.
Yeah.
And the other one is the one that Sam got, which was the Girl Scout. Andy's mint chocolate shake, toasted marshmallow, chocolate pretzel, chocolate s'more cookie.
That's the move. To me, that's the move. That looks awesome.
Yeah. They were both unreal. And then actually, like the food that we got too, we just got like apps that were we split a pretzel, like a big old like Bavarian pretzel, and their fries that they had that were as I go to the regular menu to try and pull them up. So it's just waffle fries with mozzarella provolone, cheddar, bacon, chives, and sour cream.
Okay. I didn't know they had like food proper at JoJo's.
Oh yeah, they got sandwiches, they got everything, but I'm telling you, it was very Christmassy in there still. That was a lot of the impetus for going, but it looked great in there. It was like a fun atmosphere. By the way, this was funny. The table next to us, there were people that got there after us. For one thing, someone is at JoJo's and ordered a salad. First mistake. Second thing she did is now we are in on this we are in on this situation because we see that she is not happy with her salad from JoJo's Shake Bar. Yes. She didn't even try it. She said it didn't look wet enough. So there was not enough dressing on it. So she sent it back.
Oh my God.
You're getting a salad from JoJo's Shake Bar. You're ordering a salad while you're looking at me, who has an Oreo shake with a chocolate chip cookie, chocolate covered marshmallow, and chocolate covered donut hole all in the shake.
It sounds like
a salad.
Sounds like someone who wanted to go in and order a salad.
Right. Like, what are we doing here? Like, you know what? If you want to be bougie and get your salad, go somewhere else.
Yeah. When in Naperville, you got to act like a Karen.
Oh, yeah. Well, dude, yeah. Naperville.
I like
Naperville
going there.
Can't deny it. Yeah. There's plenty of good stuff to do in Naperville, but man, the people watching.
I'm gonna ban Daniel. Sounds like Jay ordering salad.
That's mean-spirited.
It is mean-spirited. It's mean-spirited. I took a salad with my meal that I paid for at the United Center.
Yeah.
I didn't order a salad.
By the way, I think my favorite thing is how offended you get at people saying that you're not that fat. Which, like in normal parlance, would be a good thing. But in our world, you're like, well, what do you mean by that?
Well, it's stolen valor. I've not earned it. I have lost weight. I've lost a significant amount of weight.
Yeah.
I am 230 pounds and I have a 34 waist, but I did it all with Ozempic. I still eat like shit. I still don't exercise. I still have
that's the dream.
I still live the fat lifestyle. So I feel like it's, I feel bad about I don't feel bad about losing weight. I did it so I don't die at 50, hopefully. But
wouldn't have much time left.
I have a long way to go. Like I should be doing more. So I think that's part of it is if we're getting real here is I can't take credit for it because I didn't do anything. So until I do something, I'm not going to be like, yeah, thank you for noticing,
Yeah.
I'll just do a sit up every morning and be like, yep, all me.
Yep. There was something that popped on my was it Instagram algorithm where it was like some yoga app that's like the very lazy beginner yoga 10 minutes a day. And I'm like, nope, out.
10 minutes. Ugh, screw that. Daniel says, my wife says you're not fat. No fat pics on Twitter. Why would I share fat pics of myself?
I don't know.
I don't think there's a lot of pictures of me at all on Twitter.
No.
Except my bald spot that other Hawks reporters take without me knowing. I
have a picture from when
I should find Fat Jay.
I think I actually have one on my phone because I forget if it's from when we started working together or if it was from before that. And I was just like filling in and you might've been yelling at a caller or something, but it's like you staring at the computer and
I know exactly where to find it. I just have to go to my friend Jill's Facebook page.
Oh yeah.
And I'll find my birthday because she always posts the same horrible pictures of me.
Oh, okay. Let me see. Let's see. I have a picture here of Herb asleep in the control room.
That happens.
Up on 12.
It happens.
Which means you know it's an old. Oh, here we go. I'll send this one to you. That for some reason I still have in my phone. I also have one of you in hoodie footy pajamas.
That one makes the rounds every now and again.
It's so funny.
How do you find pictures of you and someone else? Stupid Facebook.
I think you can search that on Facebook. I don't know.
Yeah, it's done. Oh, here, let's see. Photos. All right, there we go. I found it. Yeah. Here, I'll see if I can share my screen here. This is me at 290 in college. Me and my friend Jill. Is it not working? Hold on. Why is it not working? Oh, there we go.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my biggest. And I am covered in sweat. And I'm, as you can see, getting dressed.
Yeah.
So, I was there. Don't worry.
Mm-hmm.
I was there. I was chunky.
Yep. Yeah.
Anyway. I don't know. You said you have one more small thing?
I have one more small thing. This was, I found this on Facebook today. And I sent it to you. And you're like, let's calm down a little bit on how good this actually is. But yeah, J Screen calls.
That's a bad picture
with all the chins.
Yeah, that's not a good one.
That's okay. That's one. Mine, if I were to take that same picture, it'd look a lot worse. Believe me. So this is on the Facebook page of the Village of Carol Stream.
Okay.
That sometime in the first half of 2025, there will be a Jack in the Box.
Oh, yeah.
So I know we had heard or read somewhere that like Jack in the Box was probably going to make its way back to the Chicagoland area. Well, this is the first like tangible sign of this is where a location will be. And here is an approximate time it's going to open. So this says
you've never had it, right?
I've never had it.
Okay.
I got to look up this address to see exactly where it is. It says 441 East Geneva Road, which
Geneva and Maine.
Geneva and Maine. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's actually,
let's see what it is right now. It's an Arby's right now. Yeah, it's an Arby's.
Oh, you know what? That's actually not too far from, if I remember correct, Qdoba.
Oh.
It's actually like if you reflect it across Schmali or Schmale, however it's actually pronounced, it's that's right where Qdoba is.
Okay.
So if you know where the Qdoba is, and I think that's interesting. That must be where one town ends and one begins, because Qdoba is considered Wheaton.
Oh, yeah.
This is considered Carol Stream.
Okay. That makes sense. I have had Jack in the Box once when we went to spring training.
Mm-hmm.
I know Mitch and Mac really wanted it, and we went, and it was fine. Like, I'm not saying it was bad.
Yeah.
When we were texting about it earlier, I said, I think it's one of those places where if you grow up with it, you like it a lot more.
Gotcha.
Like kind of like a White Castle. Like if you were to take someone who's never, like an adult who's never been to White Castle before, to White Castle, they'd be like, this is like a below average burger.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Jack in the Box is similar, but
below average burger.
Correct. And from what I understand, Jack in the Box has really good tacos.
Oh yeah, I think I've heard that.
Yeah, like I don't know if they're fully fried, but they're like crunchy.
I think so.
Crunchy tacos, yeah. And I think Burger King used to have tacos that people said were similar to Jack in the Box.
I ever had the Burger King ones.
I did not either. But I know when they had them for a brief time, people were comparing them to Jack in the Box a lot. So I'll try. I mean, I'm down to try it again. All I remember is Mitch was really excited about it. Like really, really excited.
Do they have hummus?
They did not have hummus. No,
Oh,
I mean, Mitch was
usually
not
most places that Mitch is that excited about have hummus.
Mitch, Mitch finds his ways.
Yeah.
He finds his ways when he's not at home, which I understand. There's vacation, there's out of town Mitch, and there's home Mitch.
Yes.
And you should not ever limit yourself on vacation. That's what vacation is.
Right.
So never feel bad about that. All right. Is it time finally? It's actually not that bad.
No.
We actually did okay. We do not have any voicemail today, so we're going to go right to Ask a Fat. So let's do it.
Ask a fat about this and that. It's time to chat with the fats.
If you want to voicemail us, the number is 708-858-3314. He keeps looking 269 episodes later. Someday I'm going to remember that number. If you want to email us, I'm fatpod@gmail.com. Here is Charlie the Bacon Guy with this week's Bacon Report.
Thanks, Jay. This week we have Canadian bacon, Nashville hot, jalapeno garlic, applewood smoked bacon, and jardinera. Bacon jams, we have the original, the bourbon, apple butter, mango habanero, and spicy. It's nice to have some things back in stock after a very busy holiday season. Thank you to everybody who placed their orders and came and picked up or got them delivered or shipped. It was wonderful, and I really appreciate it. A new promo code for all you fats out there. It's going to be I'm Fat, IMFAT, for 10% off your orders at charliethebaconguy.com. While you're at charliethebaconguy.com and you don't want to get 3 maple pepper and 3 jardinera and 3 apple butter bacon jams, put them in your cart. When you go to checkout, change the quantity down to 2 or 1 or up to 6 if you really want to. Whatever you need, you can change it in the cart at charliethebaconguy.com.
The cart.
For the Bacon Report, I'm Charlie the Bacon Guy.
There it is, charliethebaconguy.com. Go there, use the code I'm Fat, save 10%. And yeah, I was kind of demonstrating on the screen there. The default order is 3, but go in the cart and you can change it up or down to whatever you need. All those bacon flavors. Jalapeno garlic, still among my favorites. They're all great. The jardinera is great. You can't
a sucker
go wrong.
for Cajun.
Yeah, I mean, it's bacon. Charlie's not made a single bacon where I've been like, nope, that doesn't happen.
Nope, that's a lie.
What?
What was the one that he made that we were like, never?
Oh, Malort bacon.
Malort bacon.
But
Which?
I think that's part of the bit.
Okay, I have a quick, it's not even a fat fashion.
Okay.
So here's something that happened on Christmas Eve, because Steve likes to torture people and his pranks and whatever.
Yes.
All of a sudden we walk in and he's like, hey, I got shots of Malort. It was like a package of like 6 shots of Malort. And he was like, we're going to do these. And between Shannon, Sam, and myself, we're like, the hell we are. So
sounds like a you problem, Steve.
Yeah. So I stole it once and hid it somewhere in the house, and he found it pretty quick. And then the part that he's probably figured but doesn't know is that when he hid it in his office, I went in there looking for something else and found the Malort and hid it. He didn't find it. So then when he went upstairs to do something else, I put it in his stocking so that we wouldn't have to drink it that night. And it still hasn't been consumed.
Good thinking. Have you had it before?
I have.
Yeah.
No bueno.
I'm good. Good once. I tried it. I'm glad I tried it. I don't need it ever again.
Exactly.
I don't think it's as awful as everybody says it is, but why would I want to drink something that's not good?
Yeah, I don't like it. I think it's pretty terrible. So I was not going to consume any of that. So while I think he probably figured it was me that did it, none of us, to the girls' credit, they didn't bus toss me. So
good job.
So credit to them for that. But I was not about to have any more of that.
Yeah, it's not good. It is something you should try once as someone from the Chicagoland area to say you did it and you've done it, you've experienced it, and you're good.
Yeah.
All right, we've got one email today, and it's from the man himself, Charlie the Bacon Guy. He says, my fat fashion today is that I intentionally grab Tupperware that are just a little bit too small, so I have to take a couple bites of whatever leftovers there are to make the lid fit properly. For example, This week, Christmas and Christmas Eve, we had mashed potatoes, Polish sausage, Polish meatballs, pierogi, short ribs, and carrots doused in enough honey and butter to cancel any healthy aspects. It's been a great week for the person putting away the food in my house. Me. Love that. That's just thinking.
That's not a fat fashion. That is a fat hack.
That's a fat hack. That's correct. Steve in the chat has found you out, you bastard.
Yeah, well, show me the lie.
Enjoy the Malort Steve.
Yes.
It sounds like a good anniversary thing for you and Shannon to share.
Oh.
See? We're always thinking.
Yep.
Solving your problems for you, buddy. Happy anniversary.
The problem is letting Jay into this messed up group as well. Jay's almost as much of a troll as Steve.
I am a devious bastard. Yep.
We all have our moments. Follow us on social media at I'm Fat Pod. I'm fatpod@gmail.com. Check out Spotify, maybe Patreon, and soon enough, here there. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, figure it out.
Whatever.
Thanks, by the way. I should mention this. Keep going. I want to shout somebody out. Keep going. I got to pull it up.
I'm fatmerch.com. Check out all the designs. A lot done by our guy, Mark Allen Fishman. Again,
happy birthday.
YouTube.com/I'm Fat Podcast. Subscribe, like each video, and do the throw us on in the background if you're not listening. If you're watching us live, thank you. If not, okay, you're a podcast listener, totally get it. Mute us, throw us on in the background, give us the time spent listening, all that type of thing. So then you can subscribe, unsubscribe, resubscribe, unsubscribe, resubscribe to the regular podcast feed. Leave the old 5-star rating and review, and check out our sponsors: Charlie the Bacon Guy, Mazda of Orland Park, Fredo's Culinary Kitchen, and Nick and Ivy Brewing.
Okay, I want to shout out Bob, who sent us a $50 holiday Venmo at I'm Fat Pod on Venmo. If you want to just do that, that's fine. You could do that too.
Yes.
But thank you for that. I want to make sure we acknowledge that. So we very much appreciate that. That pays for 2 months of our video streaming software. So this is not free. Like, right. We make a little bit of money, but we got to spend a little money to make it too. So.
Fatness isn't free.
Correct.
Yes. And also shout out to Crazy Dave. I saw him at 7-Eleven a couple weeks ago, and I meant to shout him out before, but I'm an idiot and it didn't happen. So shout out to him, because I was checking out and I was actually getting something that I have for next week's pod, and he said hello. So thank you to him. All right. So for Jay, I'm Rick. This is the I'm Fat Podcast.
Stay clear of the breakfast burritos. Too much of the chilaquiles.